Hey guys, welcome to Protocoders Point. Okay, so in this Flutter tutorial, we're gonna learn how to store a data model object data in a shared preference in Flutter. So let's begin. So here I have created a simple app. It has a form where a user can enter name, email and phone number, and it also has two buttons. One is to save the data and one is to submit the data. Okay, so when the user press on the save button, the entered data will get saved in a shared preference, and when a user press on the submit button, the data will get erased. Okay, so I will just enter some data over here. Okay, so I have not done any validation over here, so I'm just entering some random text over here. Okay, so I'm just pressing on the save button. Okay, so now you can see the data will get saved in a shared preference in a JSON format, because we are just converting object data to a JSON string, and then the JSON string is getting stored in a shared preference. Okay, so now if I restart the app by force stopping it, so now the data is saved. So I'm just force stopping and I will just reopen the app again. So let's see if the data is saved or no. Okay, so now you can see I have just force stopped the app and reopened it again. So even then the data is still remain in the form. Okay, so now I will just press on the submit button. So let's check what happens. So when I press on the submit button, the data will get erased from the text field, and also the shared preference data will get erased. Okay, so let's learn how to do that. Okay, so let's go to our Android Studio. Okay, so now we are in our Android Studio, and I have already created a new Flutter project by name data model shared preference, just to show you an example. Okay, so first of all, let's add a shared preference dependency. So just go to popspecification.yaml file, and under dependency section, over here you need to add this shared preference library. Okay, so after adding this library, shared preference library, just hit the pub-get button. Okay, so this will download your shared preference library in your external library. Okay, so now go to main.dart file, and over here I have just created a stateful widget, and in stateful widget I have a scaffold widget with a column widget, and the column widget is empty for now. So let's work with the UI part. I will just create 3 text fields and 2 buttons, so that the user can enter some data and save the data. So I will just fast forward over here. Okay, so I have just created 3 text field and 2 buttons to save the data, and let's create a controller for this text field. Here, text edit controller. So first one is name. Text edit controller. So like this, we need to create 3 text controllers for email and password, the phone number. Okay, so let's attach this controller to our text field. So controller name. So the controller is basically used to get the text that is been entered by a user in the text field. Okay, so now let's print the data when the user press on the save button, just for testing. Reload. Okay, so I will just adjust my screen. Okay, so the app is getting reinstalled. Okay, so the app got installed. So let me add a text widget over here. Okay, so our form is ready. So let's create a data model class. So I will just name it as users. Create a class users. So in users we need 3 fields: string, name, email and phone number. Let's create a constructor for that. Generate constructor, mark all these three datas. Your constructor is ready, and you need to serialize this data to convert the object into a JSON and JSON to an object. Okay, so for that, so here users dot from JSON map string dynamic, give a name to this mapping. I will name it as JSON, and we need to assign the data to name, JSON of type name. The key is name over here. So like this we need to do for all email, JSON email. So let me take this to the next line. And the third thing is the phone number. Phone number is equal to JSON of phone number. Okay, and this is used to convert the JSON data in a object. And one more method we need, that is map string dynamic to JSON. So here we need to map, first key is name, assign it to name. Second is email, assign it to email. Okay, so our data model is ready. So we have two methods over here. One method is that converts a object to a JSON string, and one more is that converts JSON string to object instance. Okay, so now let's go to main.dart file. So first of all, here you need to initialize the shared preference object. So for that, let shared preference, okay, and init initialize state, and over here we will just call one more method, initialize get saved data. Okay, so let's call this method when our app gets launched. So we need to initialize this shared preference. So let's create it. Void initialize get saved preference asynchronization, and here we will just initialize our shared preference. Shared preference is equal to await shared preference dot get instance. So now we have initialized our shared preference. So now let's save the data that is been entered by a user in a text field. So for that, when the save button is been pressed, I need to call a method. So let's create a method. So I have created a method that is save data, store data. Okay, let's create it. Over here, void store data. So here let's create an object of user is equal to new is not needed, users. So here we need to pass three data, name, email and phone number, that we get from this text field. So let's pass it by making use of our controller that we have attached to our text fields. So name, email and phone number. So we need to pass it over here. Name dot text, email dot text, phone number dot text. Okay, so our object is ready. So now we need to convert this object into a JSON format. So let's do it. So over here, string user data is equal to JSON encoding, and inside here we need to pass our object that we have created, this one. So now what this will do is this will call our user's profile and convert the data in a JSON format. Okay, so now this data will store the data we have entered in our text field in a JSON format in a name value pair. Okay, so let's print the data that will get saved in a JSON format, user data. Okay, so after doing that, by making use of setPreference.setString, here we need to pass the key. The key will be users data, and the value that we need to store in this key is our JSON data, that is users data. Okay, so now I will just refresh our app again, restart our app. Okay, so I will just enter now my name, some data over here, random data I am just entering. So I press on this save button. So you can see the data is been saved in a JSON format as we have printed over here. So this data will be stored in this setPreference, in this key. Okay, so now let's learn how to access it. So accessing of the data we will do in the initialization method, this here. So here what we will do is we will just read the data that is being stored in this setPreference, and if the data is there, we will just display the data in this text fields. Okay, so before doing that, I will just show you. I have not done anything. Means when the user restart the app, I have not set the text in the text field. So I will do it next. So before that, I will just show you without doing that what the app will respond. So now if I stop the app and reopen it again. Okay, so you can see I have just entered some data, but the data is not been shown because I have not read the data that is been stored in the setPreference and printed in this text fields. So let's do it now. So for that, here when the app restart or in future the user come back to the app again, I need to show the data that he have saved before leaving the app. So now here what we need to do is we need to get the data that is been stored in the setPreference. So for that we will just make use of map string dynamic. Okay, so let's name this map as JSON data. JSON data is, and by making use of JSON decode, we will just get the data that is been stored in setPreference. So to get the data, setPreference.get string, and the key is our data, that is user data, as you can see over here. So this is our data that we need to read. Okay, so here we need to pass a null safety. Okay, so now here let's create one more object after getting this JSON data from our setPreference. User is equal to users.fromJSON. users.fromJSON. So here we need to pass the map data. Okay, so now what is happening over here is we are getting the JSON data that is being stored in setPreference, and then we are passing it to our fromJSON, which is converting our JSON data in a object format. Okay, so we have the JSON object JSON data in an object format. Okay, so now you can access the data by making use of this object. For example, user.name will give the user's name, user.email will give the email address. Okay, so now let's attach this data back to this text fields. Okay, if JSON data is not empty, if it is not empty, we are going to just attach the data to this text fields. So for that, here we will make use of a controller.value is equal to text field text editing value, and over here let's attach the text, and the text will be users.name. So like this we will just attach the email and phone number. So I will just stop the app and restart it again. Okay, so now you can see the data has been fetched from our shared preference and been displayed in our text fields. So I will just enter the data in a proper format. Okay, so I will just press on the save button and restart our app again. So I am just force stopping it and restarting our app. You can see the data is still there in our form. So now if I press on the submit button, I need to clear all the data from this text field and erase means remove the data from our shared preference. So let's do it. So here when the submit button is being pressed, I need to erase the data. So for that what I will do is shared preference dot remove key, and here you need to pass the key. The key is user data, as we have used over here. So you can see here it is. So this is the key where our data is been stored. So I'm just removing the key, and then we need to erase all this data text fields. So I will just copy the text field, this code, and I will just paste when this button is been pressed over here, and set the text to null like this. So hot refresh. So I'm just pressing on the submit button. So you can see all the data got erased and the text fields are now empty. Okay, so that's all for this video tutorial. Hope you got the concept of how to store a data in a shared preference by making use of data models. Okay, so thanks for watching. Please do subscribe Protocoders Point. Thank you.